A Jeopardy! Contestant has revealed why they think a fellow player seemed a little downcast after their loss on the show. The iconic game show is currently on hiatus, with reruns hitting television screens across the country until the new season kicks off. Season 41 of Jeopardy! Will premiere very shortly, with its return poised for September 9, 2024, and it is set to run through to July 25, 2025. On Monday, a rerun aired that saw Alex Jacobs step up to the podium. Alex, 39, is an American former professional poker player and Jeopardy! Fan favorite. But fans noticed that Alex was downcast in the episode that was re-aired this week, before the contestant who beat him explained what really went down. Sharing in a Reddit thread that they thought Alex seemed downcast, the original social media poster said, "He seemed sad or discouraged during tonight's game/replay. Anyone think so?" Someone else agreed, saying, "I'm in his school of trivia league and he's really gotten behind with sending out/scoring quizzes the past few months. I hope everything is alright with him, seems like such a cool guy. He didn't seem at the top of his game. And come to think of it, many of the players in this tournament didn't," said another. Which has me wondering if some of the complaints that players had about the short preparation time had some effect here. A third then added, "I think that's just his look or demeanor. He has a serious, intense, no-frills way about it. But he definitely seemed upset at the end about missing that final." But then a former Jeopardy! Champion weighed in, who was actually the person who ended up beating Alex during the episode fans were discussing. "It was an intense week. It was kind of an intense week, rough game and a weird ending. If I do say so myself," replied former Jeopardy! Champion Jennifer Quayle. She added, "Play-wise Alex was great. He's so fast his podium's lights are distracting when they're in the corner of your vision." Replying to Jennifer, one fan said, "Congrats on your win, Jennifer. I remember that FJ answer at the last minute thanks to the original airing of this episode." This comes after executive producer Michael Davies revealed that things might be different during season 41, because he wants to bring in a huge change. Major change to format. Michael wants to make a change to Jeopardy! That was previously successful on Celebrity Jeopardy! Speaking on the Inside Jeopardy! Podcast, the boss said that some parts of our audience get very lost in our gameplay. He added, "Now, with all of the daily double hunting, people jump all over. They go to the deeper dollar value first and jump all over the board. I don't think it would ever be natural to dictate players to play in a certain order." Michael then revealed that one change they made in the celebrity version of the show was that they left the 3 contestants on the right side of the screen. So you could see the full game board when people choose the categories, he added, noting, "And we also highlighted where people chose them so you had a real geographical sense of where the clue was coming from." The bright lights of the Jeopardy! Stage have a way of making even the most confident contestants feel a twinge of anxiety. For those watching at home, the game is an exhilarating blend of knowledge, speed, and strategy, with players displaying an impressive array of trivia prowess. But beyond the thrill of the game lies a side of the contestants that rarely gets seen, a side where emotions run deep and personal struggles are often masked by the pressure to perform. During a recent summer rerun, one contestant's unusually subdued demeanor caught the attention of viewers. A dream deferred, the weight of expectations. For many contestants, appearing on Jeopardy! Is a lifelong dream. The contestant in question, Brian Holt, a 35-year-old history teacher from Ohio, had been preparing for this moment for years. Brian's love for trivia had been nurtured since childhood, and he had always envisioned himself on that iconic stage. When he finally got the call to appear on Jeopardy! It felt like a culmination of years of hard work, study, and dedication. But the dream quickly turned into a high-pressure reality. Brian was always so passionate about Jeopardy! Revealed Lauren Adams, a fellow contestant who befriended him during their time on the show. He told me how he had been applying for years and how he watched every episode, making detailed notes on strategies and question patterns. So, when he finally got the opportunity to compete, there was this immense weight of expectations, not just from himself, but also from his friends and family who had been cheering him on for so long. Lauren recounted how Brian had expressed his concerns to her before the taping. He was nervous, more than any of us, I think. He kept saying that this was his one shot, that he had to make it count. I could see the pressure getting to him even before the cameras started rolling. The game unfolds, a tough break. Brian's Jeopardy debut started off promisingly. He quickly buzzed in on several questions, showing the breadth of his knowledge and his quick reflexes. But as the game progressed, the tide began to turn. A few missed clues, a couple of incorrect responses, and suddenly, the lead he had built began to slip away. I could see it in his eyes, Lauren said, reflecting on the moment. Every time he missed a question or didn't buzz in fast enough, it was like a little piece of his confidence was chipping away. He was trying to stay focused, but I could tell he was getting discouraged. As the game entered its final round, Brian found himself trailing behind the other contestants. The pressure to perform well during Final Jeopardy was palpable, and the question that came up, a complex, multi-layered query about European history, was right in Brian's wheelhouse. But in a twist of fate, Brian second-guessed his initial response and changed his answer at the last moment, resulting in a costly mistake. When he realized he had changed the correct answer to the wrong one, you could just see the defeat on his face, Lauren said. It was heartbreaking because you knew how much this meant to him. Post-game reflections, the weight of regret. After the game ended, the typical post-game chatter and congratulations among contestants were notably absent from Brian. Instead, he quietly gathered his things, offering a faint smile to his fellow competitors before retreating to a corner of the studio. Lauren, sensing his distress, approached him to check in. He just looked at me and said, "I blew it," Lauren recalled, her voice tinged with empathy. He kept replaying the game in his head, talking about all the things he should have done differently. It was like he was carrying the weight of that loss on his shoulders. Lauren tried to console him, reminding him that just getting on Jeopardy was a huge accomplishment, but Brian struggled to see it that way. He told me that he felt like he had let everyone down, his students, his friends, his family. He had put so much pressure on himself to win, and when it didn't go the way he hoped, it was hard for him to accept. Moving forward, a lesson in resilience. As the summer reruns of that episode aired, viewers noticed Brian's subdued demeanor and speculated about what had gone wrong.